Hello, my dear Aquarians. It is that time once again. And what I mean by that time is it's time for your Runescope. This is for May 2015. We're just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna go ahead and get the runes cast. And then we will move into the tarot as always to see what they have to add for you. As always, do remember to check out the video for your rising sign as well if you know it. That can give you some more information about other issues that may be lit up for you, other areas that may be highlighted in May. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you and not for the thousands of other Aquarians that are watching as well is to schedule an appointment with me. I do private readings on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set up an appointment with me. Please do be patient. It can take me a few days to get back to you, but I promise I will get back to you. It just depends on how many people are ahead of you as far as the waiting period. It's usually not too awful long. Also, if you're on a mobile device or a cell phone, just tap the arrow beneath this video. If you're not seeing the email address, that will open the details section and allow you to see that information. Also, just a reminder, I will be offering a 6-week online rune course if you want to learn how to read the runes for yourself and others. Drop me a line at that same email address and we can get you signed up for that. It's $185 for the entire course. You do need to have about 4 or 5 hours per week to devote to that though. Just to let you know, there are lectures to watch and homework assignments, but if you want to sign up for that, get in touch with me and I'll get the additional information sent out to you. The final date to sign up and pay for that is noon on May 28th, so make sure you get in touch with me before then if you want to take the rune class. But let's jump in, Aquarius, to May. I can't believe it's May already. And see what's going to be happening. Your focus is going to be dealing with a relationship. And for some of you, this will be a relationship that you are in, you know, and a new beginning, finding a new way forward with someone. Does not have to be romantic. It can be, certainly. It can be a relationship with your partner. We do have the partnership rune here. So, I mean, for some of you, this may be a King of Rods. Now, he's coming up in the reversed position. And this can be anyone, but for the majority of you, this will most likely be a fire sign male. So that's Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. He's presenting as a king, so this is somebody who is probably pretty mature. You know, maybe in his 30s, early 30s on up even. Does not have to be male, but it is for most of you presenting as a masculine energy. Could also be a masculine female. But he's coming up in the reverse, and the King of Rods in the reverse can kind of tend to take on the more immature aspects of the fire sign. So maybe this is somebody who is being a bit reckless. He can take foolish risks sometimes, not think things through, be impatient, have a bit of a temper. So if this is somebody in your life that maybe has hurt you by action, deeds, or even with something that he said or done, you may be looking for a new way forward in this situation. Now, for some of you, I have the rune of mother here. So this could be your son. This could be, you know, this could be someone connected to you through your mate. So a mother-in-law or a sister-in-law, connected through a male. So, and maybe this person figured into this in some way, but there can be forgiveness in May. You may be looking to, you know, just get on the same page with someone. But yeah, there may be some forgiveness needed. You may need to give it. You may need to receive it. Maybe a little bit of both. But I really feel like this person has hurt you in some way. But yeah, for some of you, if this is not your mate, this could be someone in a relationship with this guy. Someone you care about in a relationship with this guy, and you're not particularly fond of him, and maybe that's caused a rift. You know, but there can be a new beginning. You've got great runes here for this. You've got Gifu, Kanaz, and Bjork, which is, you know, particularly Kanaz and Bjork are about new beginnings, reuniting, forgiveness, wiping that slate clean and moving on from here. So that's going to be kind of the focus of May for you. But what you may find is that there's delay around this. You may be met with resistance, either from this guy or from someone else. And what Need is kind of saying here is like, you know, it kind of seems like you may be in a bit of a holding pattern. You've kind of done everything you can do to affect this change or to affect this new way forward. And you may, you know, anything you've tried before is not going to meet with any new kind of response. It's going to be kind of the same kind of response. So if someone has been unreceptive to you, has been turning a blind eye, turning a blind ear, just kind of ignoring you, you know, I don't think this is going to last forever. This is a phase. This is a temporary thing, but it may have been going on for a little while. And you're just fed up with it. And so you're trying to, you know, in a last-ditch effort, you know, reunite with someone, get them to talk to you about what the issue is. Some of you, I don't even feel like you know what the issue is. You don't, you know, you just feel like you're being maybe punished, but you don't know what you said or you did. And many of you didn't do anything. This has to do with this person and their issues and their stuff, their lessons that they're going through. But someone is not learning their lesson. I mean, with Need in reverse, this talks about, you know, someone who keeps repeating the same lesson and never changing. You know, what's that old saying? You know, how can you expect to get a different dish if you don't change the ingredients in the recipe? I mean, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're gonna get the same results. And I feel like this applies to you and this person in May, Aquarius. I mean, yes, you may be frustrated and upset and just, you know, emotionally unable to let something go, but that's because I feel like for most of you, you don't have any resolution. Some of you don't, like I said, don't even have any idea of what you may have said or done. And for many of you, you didn't do anything. Again, it goes back on this person. So the help that's going to be available to you with the Emperor, you do have support here. So this can sometimes be a father figure, but this is the normally a male who is kind of the ruler of the domain, so to speak. So this could be dad, grandpa, or somebody that you go to for advice, and it is connected with Othel. So this is an older member of the family, or if you are older yourself, if you are a more mature, you know, person, this could be your mate. Or, you know, somebody who is your equivalent, like a brother or just a good friend. But this is somebody who rules his kingdom, and he is a leader, and he rules it fairly, and he does take everybody into consideration. So I feel like you're going to get some wise advice from this person. I do not feel you are alone in this boat. For most of you, this is you know, this may be, again, a dynamic that's affecting all of the family and all members of the family. So this guy could also be a member of the family. But yeah, you're not alone in your confusion, in your emotional hurt or pain. If you feel like you are, then you are gonna have someone there to help you. Now for some of you, this could be a boss or just somebody that you feel is, you know, just has a lot of wisdom and, you know, is a very fair-minded individual, very logical, because he's holding, you know, he's holding a sword, and swords are always associated in the tarot with logic and balance and justice. And just know that any disruptions that are happening in May, if there is something that comes up in May about this situation that is surprising or shocking, it is temporary. It is temporary. Now, Aquarius, I do feel like someone may be coming to you for money. Maybe it's this guy or the person associated with this guy, and you don't feel comfortable giving it. Or the Emperor here does not feel comfortable giving it. And for whatever reason, this may cause a disruption if somebody needs financial help. And you may be on either side of this, Aquarius. It'll be different for all of you. Maybe you want to help this person. That is normally your nature, being the humanitarian that you are. You may be like, oh my gosh, they're, you know, our son's in financial trouble, or you know, our daughter and her loser husband, or her less than awesome boyfriend are, you know, in financial trouble. They really need our help to buy this house, to save this house, to work on this house. And the emperor's like, no, after the way they've treated us, we're not doing this. You may have an argument with him about this, but I think that he's going to get you to see things his way. And go with the emperor in May, Aquarius, because he does have the right decision. Now, in some cases, this will be you. I mean, in some cases, it will be you saying, no, you know, the way these people have treated us, we're not helping them out with this situation. But yeah, anything that kind of seems like a financial loss in May, or if you have to kind of withhold financial support, this person needs that to happen, whoever this involves, for them to kind of wake up and smell the coffee. Those of you who are looking to buy a home, or if you are trying to get a loan to purchase real estate, or dealing with property or estate issues or anything like that, any disruptions that initially seem like a money loss or that are disappointing in May are temporary, or they weren't supposed to occur. There's going to be something better coming down the pike. Anything that falls through financially for you, if this is not, you know, someone coming to you for money, will work itself out. But it's because maybe either a better home is coming along, or something. Maybe the house you have your heart set on, yes, it's beautiful, but it's too much. It's out of your price range. You would constantly be strapped and have trouble making that payment. Anything that falls through in May, it is a blessing in disguise that way, as things almost always are when they don't quite work out. So just keep that in mind. Same with job offers. Any job offers that you know, fall through are actually keeping you open for something better that's coming in. Do keep in mind we have a Mercury retrograde that starts in May and continues into June. It starts at I believe the 18th of May, but it's towards the end and goes into early June. So it's not the best time to be signing contracts anyway. Of course, life goes on. If you have to, you have to. But if you can put it off or do it before the Mercury retrograde cycle, that would be good with purchasing anything large, any large ticket items like a car or a house, or any kind of contract signing or stuff like that. If you can put it off, it's always better in a Mercury retrograde. I do feel like whatever this family situation is, Aquarius, it just has to, there's not much you can do about it. And I believe this has come up for you several times. So that's why I feel like this is an ongoing situation. And it may be dormant for a while, but it seems like it's always on your mind, or always just kind of right there at the surface, because it does keep coming up in your readings. But this is a situation that it's a lesson. This is a karmic lesson for someone. And though you may be frustrated because it's not you, in some cases it may be you, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's somebody connected to you. This guy, or the person stuck with this guy. This is someone else's lesson, and you're just kind of caught up in that cycle and frustrated by it, but they have to go through this to learn the lesson. I do feel like this will be completed by 1 year from now, or maybe even the end of this year, because this is Yera, and it is talking about the harvest. It also talks about karma, balance, people learning their lessons, especially coming up to need, because we're talking about somebody who's not doing it, not learning their lesson. So yeah, it may take until the end of the year for this person to see the light, or 1 full year from now. So it may be by this time next year, this will be completely behind you. I feel like, Aquarius, this new beginning you're wanting so badly will be available to you. You have a lot of protection around you in May. You know, you may not feel like, you know, running around, but you have a lot of running around to do, it seems like, because you do have the Six of Swords here in the reverse. So there may be a lot of, again, this kind of talks about being frustrated, not being able to move forward, not being able to calm some rather torrid waters, or you know, you can't kind of get to that place of peace until this emotional stuff is dealt with, and again, that's kind of held up. This is the rune of spiritual protection. Again, just reinforcing whatever's going on has more to it than what you're seeing. there's a bigger picture here that you can't see from your perspective, and you probably won't see until it's completely over. And it's interesting that you also have the Eight of Cups, very similar to the Six of Swords, and they're both reversed, indicating that, you know, you're upset emotionally, but you can't, you know, you can't talk about it with the person that you need to talk about it with. And, or if you do, it's a very unsatisfactory conversation. You're not getting anywhere. You feel like you're not getting anywhere with this person. What you're saying falls on deaf ears. But yeah, and again, this Thursaz has a lot in common with the Need rune. It just talks about somebody who is, you know, the longer they keep going in this circle, the worse they're making it for themselves. It's like every circle you make, not learning this lesson and repeating same mistakes, you're getting deeper and deeper in this hole. And, you know, it has spiritual connotations. This is a necessary lesson, but you know, we don't have to keep going around it and around it again and again. That's, you know, we can learn our lessons quickly, or we can keep digging that hole for ourselves. And that's what you're dealing with. I know that may not help much, Aquarius, but just know, you know, whoever this is dealing with, you've tried everything you can sort of do. It's not in your power. It's not in your hands. It's a spiritual thing. It's a karmic thing. And it's a lesson that has to be learned in order for this person to move to the next phase of his or her life. Now, I do think that for those of you who are single, if you are looking for a relationship, this could happen in May, in the midst, you know, whatever this family stuff going on is. Because again, you had Gifu, the rune of partnership, and Kanaz and Bjork. So, I mean, definitely this can be a, you can meet someone. You could meet someone through someone you don't particularly care for. So maybe this King of Rods for you is an acquaintance or a coworker, and you end up, you know, you could meet somebody through someone you already know that you don't particularly like. So if someone invites you out or invites you to a party or something, and maybe it's not someone that you like all that much, you know, it might be worth your time to go, because it seems like you will, you know, there's a possibility there to meet someone new if you're single and looking. You have a lot of spiritual protections with all of the runes that we've gotten here, especially with Aol and Yera. So, I mean, you do have a lot of enlightenment going on. You also have Degaz here. So, this is a process. And you're further along. You know, you're definitely further along than you have been. Like I said, I feel like this is a year cycle again with Yera. So by this time next year, you're going to be in a completely different place with whatever this situation is that's causing you emotional turmoil, that's causing you to feel unsettled, or causing your mind to just not be able to relax. Hopefully this reading will help you kind of just, you know, change that thought pattern. Think about something else. You know, it's just frustrating to keep going over something that you cannot change. You have the High Priestess. So for some of you, you may be seeking an escape through spiritual things. You may intuitively, by the end of May, just know that, okay, this is going to work itself out. It's frustrating right now, but it doesn't really, you know, my hands are kind of tied here. You're just going to have a feeling of knowing that things are changing, that this process is happening, and even though you can't see it, changes are happening, and they're happening slowly, but they are going to reach fulfillment and conclusion. Trust your intuition, and definitely, yes, seek refuge in spiritual things. Meditate to kind of change your mind pattern and relax your mind. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, Aquarius. Don't let this be interfering, you know, with your health. And your rest and taking time for you, because I feel like in May you should do that rather than continuously going over, you know, and bringing up this emotional turmoil, because sometimes when you talk about it, you're feeling it again, you know, just like it's just starting, and it's not just starting. You're more than halfway through whatever this is for most of you, I feel. So just keep that in mind, Aquarius. If you're interested in a new spiritual path, or if you've been if something's kind of caught your eye or caught your interest, May would be a really great month to research that. Mercury retrograde is wonderful for research and, you know, for looking into things and studying and reading and kind of going over things. And it's especially good for kind of withdrawing a little bit if you can, taking some time for you and just focusing on something that you're interested in, particularly if it has spiritual connotations. So that is what I see, Aquarius, for May. Good luck with that. I do wish you all the best, and I will see you back here in June.